Okay, hello, welcome back to another Kerbal Space Program video. In this video, I will be making a probe that has recently become very well known. If you haven't guessed, this probe is indeed the DART probe, the Double Asteroid Redirection Test. Although I guess it's now just DAR because the test was successful. So here I'm in the VIB constructing the probe. Sorry for all the little pauses here and there. I'm constructing the probe, and I'm testing out different solar panels because DART has DART is a refrigerator-sized cube that is meant to crash into an asteroid at 6 kilometers per second, which will hopefully be enough power to redirect an incoming asteroid that is coming towards Earth. And now I've just constructed the LICIA CubeSat, which is a small CubeSat that was jettisoned from DART about a day, I think, before it made contact with Dimorphos, and this was how we have footage of the DART impact. Now I'm just finishing up the everything, and I added a whole bunch of just science instruments onto here just because wanted it to be sort of look like, fancy, or not fancy, just like make it look like it was being used. And yeah, because right now it doesn't look at all like there's any use being used of it. And now one inaccuracy is that on the real DART there were only 12 monopropellant thrusters, but I added 16 because that means that there's no imbalance in correction thrust. Now I've finished building DART, so now I'm building the carrying stages, and this has an enormous amount of delta V because this craft has an enormous amount of delta V. I had no clue where any asteroids that I wanted to impact were, so depending on how close they pass to Kerbin, I need a lot or a little delta V. And so right here you see me building a Falcon 9 because that is the spacecraft that the DART was launched on. I'm building my normal Falcon 9 recovery thing, which is just a whole bunch of just parachutes, because I know that's not realistic to the real Falcon 9, but this is Kerbal, and there aren't big enough landing legs. That's my excuse. And in the end, it did survive. Yeah, so. Yeah, now, I think, I'm just putting on launch clamps now, and then I have to organize the staging, but then I'm good. So, for this mission, it was very hard for me to find any asteroids at all. So eventually there was only one asteroid in my game even when I time warped a lot, and I had a whole bunch of the Sentinel infrared telescopes. And if any of you guys know how to find asteroids, I would really appreciate knowing how to, because this was very annoying and difficult for me. Oh, you just hear I'm building the flags on the payload. Yeah, But if any of you guys know how to do the find more things, more asteroids, that would be helpful. Now that I'm off on that tangent, okay, we've just launched. You can see the Falcon 9 that we're launching it in. This, I don't think, is a single staged orbit, but it actually might. Yeah, it's not a single staged orbit, but I get it very far into orbit. I get it, the whole thing. I took a quick save of this, but you'll see later why I didn't need to take a quick save. Because, well, I'm getting into orbit, and now I'm just circularizing, and yeah, I'm now just firing a couple last burns, and now I looked at the map, and guess what I saw? Yeah, the Falcon, the main core stage was actually still there. It was still flying up, and now it was on its descent. And so I think in a second I look back, and once I have a circular orbit, I see that there is a parabolic trajectory, and that is indeed our Falcon 9 that is re-entering. And so it has some fuel. Now we're just re-entering, and what I'm surprised about is that I don't think any of the air brakes actually blew up from overheating. So yeah, we have a very successful landing. Definitely successful landing. Definitely. Yeah. And I didn't expect any other different results from that, so that's why I didn't try again. Because if my landing zone is over an ocean, it's pretty much nearly guaranteed that I will die. Now, I've set up a maneuver node for what I want to, for getting, I think I'm getting a very elliptical trajectory, orbit around Kerbal, so then it's much easier when I come around a second time to get contact with the asteroid. And yeah. It took me a while to get this trajectory, and then yeah, I think it's just because, well, I wasn't in the optimal transfer transfer position, but I'm not really any smart person with any, transfer orbits or anything, and now I just made, my orbit super weird around Kerbal because I didn't want any, while I was time warping a lot, I didn't want any, encounters with either the Mun or Minmus, because that could totally just slingshot me out of Kerbal's system and mess everything up. And eventually I did get a encounter, but this was after a very large amount of time. In the comments below, if you think that I should just skip all of this maneuver node making and cut it out of the final product, just comment down in the comments below about it. Now, I'm getting pretty close. I think within 1,000,000 kilometers of an encounter within 1,000,000 kilometers of the asteroid initially, and then I made a mid-course correction burn that would give me a much closer encounter. And this is not some sort of encounter that you can get at 0.5 kilometers of distance. It has to be 0.0 kilometers because the asteroid that I hit is actually nearly as big as the actual dart that I shot. So I thought asteroids were bigger. I had no clue that they were this small. So yeah, it was quite a thing when I just didn't see it until it showed up. But now I'm performing my second burn, and I think later on I still have my liquid fuel stage, but then later on I jettisoned the second liquid fuel stage, which has a lot of it has about 1,500 meters per second of delta V, and that could have been very helpful because then I had to use the ion thruster, and not that the ion thruster isn't good. Like, I mean, it was actually probably preferable for this. Yeah, see, I jettisoned the liquid fuel stage, but the ion thruster is, I guess, preferable for this sort of work because it's very it is very, very low thrust. So yeah, and now I just realized that I don't actually have like any control over the craft whatsoever, and because I don't have enough relays in orbit or anything. So this is my orbital relay station, which is just as many antennae as I could fit on a single craft without making it actually, never mind. I was about to say without making it look too crowded, but I think that's a foregone option by now. And I just launched it on top of like a small like Saturn V booster, and I didn't really care about how efficient or inefficient it was. I just needed to get into orbit very fast. And actually, in this video, you are seeing an actual SSTO, because we will use this stage all the way to get into orbit, if I'm not mistaken. And if I am mistaken, then it also is an SSTO because it's a single stage to ocean for the lower booster. Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Okay, the engine shroud for the booster exploded, which is unfortunate. And that happens sometimes with a lot of my rockets. Like, for example, in the Dress Canyon Resort and Spaceport series, that happens. I got the relay thing in the relay station in a really high orbit because I need because that means there will be less time that Kerbal is eclipsing the signal from the relay station. And I also had to add on the Dart, I had to add a small relay antenna. I think it's like the DTS something. It's that unfoldable relay antenna. And I had to actually redo this mission entirely because on the side, in the sidebar, if you see, there are I have a glitch, which is where if I take too many quick saves, it will just give me a whole bunch of sidebar icons. So there are 2 resource icons, and then there's also the engineer's checklist icon, as well as the Kerbal repair icon, which you can only have which is when you're on when you're on EVA. And then it really glitches out, and then when I go into the right click on an item, it'll just it won't tell me any of the information at all about or it will just glitch. You'll see it later. Yeah. Now took me a while to get because for the xenon thruster, the ion thruster, you run out of electricity extremely quickly. Now, luckily for me, I didn't really have to wait for it to recharge, because then I just time warp a lot, and then I just get a bunch of electric charge back. But now I have an encounter that's pretty much like right on the dot. Like, yeah, like I think it was like 0.1 kilometers by that time. And yeah, I am currently recording this on the day of publication of this video, which is Saturday, December 1st, 2022, which is New Year's Eve. So this is my last video of 2020. I wonder what great things will happen in 2023. Wait, did I say the last video of 2020? Okay, it is the last video of 2022. And I wonder what great things will happen in 2023. what amazing things, such as our new game for Kerbal lovers will be Kerbal Space Program 2. We will get better graphics and better pretty much everything. Yeah, my New Year's resolution is to help you guys appreciate Kerbal, I guess. Okay, now I'm getting very close to the asteroid, and you can see there's this there's the line with with the pin and the number button. I'm getting very close to the asteroid now, and I think, yeah, I take a quick save pretty soon, and I still have this quick save, and I recorded this maybe a month ago because I just wanted to have this so when I can just replay this moment over and over. Okay, I'm approaching, and I miss. And I missed a couple of times because I just need to see my initial trajectory. And now for the second try, I'm going to activate RCS thrusters so that I can maneuver my way. And I took way too long orienting the craft in this position, and I had no effect. So in the end, I just had to do a lot of like puffing around and with the orientation that it was in. So yeah, as you can see, I'm getting very close, and I think this attempt I still miss it, but I know that by this time I know that I just have to hold down, I think it's yeah, I have to hold down the 2 keys, yeah, and those will just get me on course. And yes, we're getting very close. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! So, yeah. Happy New Year, everybody. And so, now, I was just making sure, and I was, like, so happy, because this mission took me about a week to complete in total, because, as I mentioned before, I already had missed, and so now I've deployed the LCIA CubeSat, and now I'm getting really close on target, and yeah, once I deploy the LCIA CubeSat, then I do actually get a second impact, so you'll get to see it in more detail from the LCIA CubeSat, and also, yeah, I slowed down the footage here so that you can really see. Because, yeah, when it impacts, it is impacting so fast, as you might see that, it doesn't load the physics for the asteroid right away. Yeah, I'm just course correcting. And then, I jettisoned I think I may have already jettisoned the CubeSat. And then I just have to toggle over to it. But yeah, I get really close. And pretty much what happens, all of a sudden, the asteroid will just appear out of nowhere. So look, it's getting very close. You can see it, and then, boom. The beauty of explosions. Yeah. And so the one thing that I really actually was interested in, once this impact was done, I reloaded a save, and I went to the tracking station, and I took the orbital info and for the asteroid, and so like the period of revolution, and sadly it doesn't do anything because since it's going so fast, the parts just instantly vaporize upon impact, and the period of revolution was exactly the same. And also, don't worry, I took a quick save before I reverted back to what I had the Falcon 9 ascending through the atmosphere, as you may have seen. So, there it is, my last video of 2022. Hope great things happen in 2023. Happy New Year, and make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.